Alright, folks, it is turn 78. Lots more raiding happening down here. Taking provinces, counter-taking provinces, you know how it is at this point. It just keeps going. Ghost War 1 will never end. We will be doing this until the day we die. But, you know what, that's alright. We are still calling God, which I don't think I forgot to mention last turn, I think. We are most definitely calling God, and it will take a little while to get it done. Probably about 3 more turns or so. Sag is going to keep casting Infernal Disease at that province in an effort to assassinate more mages. He did kill a mage with Infernal Disease this turn, which I am super happy about. I've given Amaimon a set of Boots of the Messenger since I had them sitting around, so now he has 3 Reinvigoration, and since he is 0 fatigue, that does mean he's fatigue positive, since he doesn't acquire fatigue from, well, I mean, he has Encumbrance 4, so he's not fatigue positive in melee combat. It helps. Shut up, it helps. He did, Amaimon, hit the army that attacked the Cursed Land, and if we look at that battle, they came in with their little army. This is a fairly small army, to be honest, but it does have some cool things in it. It's got a Civitateo. It's got a Moon Priest and a couple Sun Priests, a Nohwali, and 2 Civitateos, actually. And that it also has this Coatl, which is a Mictlan summon that is a powerful Astral and Nature Mage. Bunch of summons, bunch of undead, bunch of Jaguar Warriors, and a couple of Lamias. They went up against some random province defense and 1 Demon Boy with 5 Fire Gems. And he, Phoenix, powered up and then cast Firestorm. And interestingly, it actually gave him less fatigue than I anticipated. He's got 5 gems, 5, that's the cost of it. And then when he cast it, it looks like it only gave him 200 fatigue and didn't cause any damage. Which is interesting. I would have thought it gave him more than that. But maybe he gets some kind of unlisted bonus to fire spells or something. In any case, he cast Firestorm, and everyone started to die very quickly. A lot of the enemy units did reach him while he was napping, but since he has the Awe-Fear combo, you can see their morale was pushed down to 10. Or in this guy's case, from the Battle Fright. These guys are down to only 15. I think that should actually be lower. The fear hasn't kicked in for them yet, maybe. But in any case, you can see they pretty much didn't get to attack him, and then the Firestorm killed them. And meanwhile, in the back line, pretty much everybody's dead, except for this particular High Priest of the Sun, who, because he has 10 fire resistance, has lived this long. And I think that guy may have gotten off the field. A bunch of these guys did get off the field. Nope, he died. He did. So, yeah. Yeah, that worked out pretty much perfectly. So in the Cursed Land, we wiped out almost the entire army. We lost our province defense, but the Heliophagus was fine. Killed 4, 5, 6 mages, including one that was a fairly expensive summon, blood summon. We didn't get the Civitateu or the Coatl, unfortunately, but we got one of the Tlahupukis. Forgive me, once again, I can't pronounce these words. And we wiped out pretty much all of his Jaguar Warriors and the Tribal King. So this army is gutted. There's not a whole lot left, just a couple of mages. We also stormed the fortress of Calum with few casualties. We lost a bunch of our Clockwork Horrors and some Long Dead, and that's about it. So we've taken Calum. Excuse me. Like I said, lots of raiding back and forth. In Centania, we've got Pedocion back on Centania, bottling people up, just doing, what he does. He's gone and blood feasted away all but one of his afflictions, which is the Never Healing Wound. And so he's just going to sit here, bottling the place up like he does, like you do. We've freed up Marverni. We are besieged by a Wraith Lord here in Oak Beach. As you know, you have to kind of expect, to be honest. So we'll send Fear Tongue to go break that loose. We've got our fort set up in White Forest. And we've got some province defense there, but we are going to need some more defenses in order to keep it, I think. I'm going to send Huneric down there, and I'm going to have him move and patrol. He can cast Living Earth, and casting Living Earth is a pretty good way to deal with raiding Wraith Lords. Vornak here has taken Dunheim with no resistance. We'll make that 6 province defense. And then we've got this army moving in towards Uzid Yazram, but they're not going to be able to make much progress, I don't think. We're going to take this province. Anagastes is hiding. That province has been taken by barbarians. Down here, we've got a pretty good grip of Skeleton Horsemen. We're going to cast the Skeleton Horseman spell again. Where is it? Pale Riders. There we go. We're going to cast Pale Riders again. We're binding a second Heliophagus. I have most of the items that I'll need to equip them. I've got a Firebrand, I've got shoes, and I'm forging some of the others. So I'm forging actually 2 more pairs of Boots of the Messenger and a Ring of Regeneration. You can never have too many Boots of the Messenger. Forging an Armor of Knights. I also need to forge another Shield of Gleaming Gold. And ideally I would also forge a Horror Helmet, but I'm too short on Death Gems to do that and summon Pale Riders. Although a Horror Helmet would be nice. We've got the ring coming. We've got an Amulet of Anti-Magic coming. We've got the shoes. We've got the shield, helmet. What I'd like to forge an Iron Face, but I'd also like to move out with this army. Because this army's got 25, 45, 60... This army's got about 70 units, and once again, I can Rain of Stones an Army of Lead, and hopefully the Army of Lead actually happens this time. I've set Bessa to hold 1 turn before he casts Rain of Stones, so he should actually, like, you know, do it. I'm thinking, I suspect that what happened was the Rain of Stones caused damage to my Warrior Smith who was scripted to cast Army of Lead and interrupted him. I think that's what happened. So, I'm hoping that with the hold here, because Rain of Stones has 200% cast time, and so does Army of Lead. So I'm hoping that if I hold for 1 turn, that'll let Army of Lead start casting, and it'll finish before the Rain of Stones finishes by a round. So that will actually let my units have the Army of Lead effect. Now, it won't honestly increase protection all that much for my troops. The trolls will benefit from it pretty significantly. Like the war, because their natural protection is 11. And so, with their natural protection kicked up to 20, like the war trolls will be up to 26 or something stupid. And it will help the shield maidens a lot since they have no natural protection. It won't actually make any difference for the living statues, and it will make only a very, very small difference for the mechanical men. But, even so, it'll help the trolls a lot. And the trolls are a big part of this army, and it will make my mages immune to the Rain of Stones, which is what I want. Like, in that last battle, I lost several mages, and it was basically my own Rain of Stones causing damage. So with the Army of Lead, on top of the helmets that my mages wear, they should be basically immune to that. Because, I mean, the problem was that their head protection is like 9 in the case of Antlered Shamans, or 16, sorry, that was the wrong button, or 18 in the case of Warrior Smiths. And by bumping that up by a lot, because their natural protection is 4, bumping that up to 20 would make their head protection like close to 30, in which case the Rain of Stones won't hardly do anything to them. This province has been raided away from me by a Melia, so I need to deal with that. I'm sending Gissel, my Troll King, to go take out this province, which I think he can do. Since he has high protection, he has high regeneration, he has good magic resistance, which is really important to fighting death units, and he can buff his magic resistance higher with Iron Will. That will push him up to magic resistance 24, which I think should be good enough. I mean, he's also poison resistant, he is fire vulnerable, but they're not using any fire down here. So I think, and of course he has the Vine Shield, so I think Gissel should pretty much be able to rip his way through all these guys. And as soon as he does that, I will cast 3 red seconds or a similar spell onto that province. We've got a wizard's tower right here, and we have a castle right here, so I am going to need to defend that very vigorously and instantaneously, especially because, of course, I have the apocalypse is coming, the cataclysm. Got a whole bunch more skeletons ready to go, so we're going to flood some skeletons in a direction here. Betagrath can have those ones. So Nightbane, where should Nightbane go? This skeleton army is going to go up there. We've talked about that before. And once again, Trust Theory, Army of Lead. Trust Theory is dying of a disease slowly, but he'll be fine. These guys are on conservative magic gem usage, and so they should be fine. Trust Theory has enough gems to cast Army of Lead very convincingly. And they'll just spam Strength of Giants onto our troops. Wilhelm actually Wilhelm, you need to give that to Trust Theory there. Now Trust Theory will be alright. And that needs to go to Bottleoff. And Bottleoff can take it back to one of our castles. Great. I'm not actually recruiting anything over here. All these mages get up and sing hallelujah. All these guys right down here that are scripted to, that are equipped rather, and also scripted actually to spam Pillar of Fire, they, along with Gebehard, actually just them, so, excuse me, these two guys, not Gebehard actually, these two guys can summon some more Claymen just for funsies. Just turn all of my gems into stuff, please. Claymen, we've got some Terracotta Warriors, we've got a few Archers, why not? All those guys can go over here, I think. Actually, have them go down there. Great. So we'll be hold and attack closest. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, there we go. Adalbert, get up here, get up here, get up here, and get up here. 4 guys spamming Pillar of Fire should pretty much put paid to the whole situation, to be honest. So yeah, they'll just Phoenix Power. This guy is shrunken, which is kind of hilarious. And they've got pretty decent protection because they're Olmish mages, and also pretty decent magic resistance because they're mages. So if this army tries to come over here to raid me, that should be able to stop them in their tracks. Got 6 province defense here. Do we have anybody patrolling? Yes, we have Leperlove patrolling with a whole bunch of dudes. And that'll be fine. And Leperlove himself also has a firebrand. Actually, it was kind of hilarious in Arcocephali. He attacked me in Arcocephali with a Wraith Lord. And the Wraith Lord did not quite anticipate the defenses of Arcocephali because we've got this mage. Where is he? We've got a mage here, I think. Yeah, we've got 2 warrior smiths patrolling ready to Pillar of Fire, and then we've also got Leperlove the Mound King, so watch what happens. He gets the Soul Vortex off. The Pillars of Fire do a ton of fatigue damage, so his fatigue jumps to 90 immediately. So he's not actually skill spamming effectively. We get into melee, and yes, he's regenerating off the wolves, but he's also taking hits from the Firebrand, and so he just gets mulched in about 3 rounds. Excellent, excellent, excellent. We've basically sieged all of these forts with our Vampire Lords in order to prevent him from doing anything in these locations. This army, against 380 units, I'm not sure this is enough, guys. So I'm thinking that I spend a turn here. And I'm gonna have Draga forge an Iron Face, which is a super like luxury item. Normally, this isn't efficient. I'm just saying, this is not efficient. There's no real need to do this. But I'm gonna forge it to give to my next Heliophagus. That will give him a ton of protection and also auto cast Iron Skin on him, which will be just silly, just outright silly. How ridiculous he'll be. And the rest of this army is just going to research for now. All these guys will just defend and research. And if this army moves in, then it moves in. Actually, to be honest, I could probably beat them. Like, he's maxed out on magic units. He's only got 5 magic units. Give him them. Now he's maxed out on magic units. Okay, give them to him. Yeah, let's do, if we can do, like, we can go like that. Like that, like that. There we go. Now we've got a pretty solid line. Put the Moose Knights up there. And yeah, because this has the Rain of Stones, Howl, and Army of Lead combo. So yeah, just have all these guys patrol, I guess. I could even attack. I can't take that fort, though. Yeah, let's attack. Why not? We'll attack. There's still a whole bunch of vampires down there, hilariously. And my vampire lords are just gonna siege these places. Like, it doesn't matter if they die. So why not? Zurich will attack there. We've got pretty decent province defense here. but a Wraith Lord can cut through it. So what we'll do is we could give Nordaman items if we really wanted to. But I feel like the other option would actually be to Great Swords of Sharpness. If we had a carrier, Great Swords of Sharpness would be good. Gevahard could patrol. Let's do the easy solution. Set Gevahard to patrol. Cast Earth Power. Actually, Wraith Lords are hard to trample because they're ethereal. That's right. That is right. So Maws would actually be the thing to do. Maws, or I don't know what else. I mean, I could thug Gevahard if I really, really wanted to. Just research for now. If he attacks my capital and interrupts my capital recruitment, big whoop, to be honest. At this point, I'm not really recruiting much. Really, I'm not. We are forging water bracelets, and the reason I was doing that is I want to give him a water bracelet, which makes him water 2. Now he can research. That only gives me 2 water gems because I'm using them on Claymen. Let's actually stop using them on Claymen real quick. Because Claymen aren't honestly all that important. But being water 2 means that now he can forge the Bottle of Living Water, which gives you a free water elemental. So we're going to have him do that. And he'll do that a couple of times, and that'll be fun. Nightbane with his... I haven't decided where to send all these skeletons. What'll I do with all these skeletons? I just don't know. I'm going to send them north to help siege down this wizard's tower, which I'll need to siege down. This army is moving through here, and then, like I said, I think it's going to go attack Mictlan itself, which it should be able to conquer. And in one turn, Madema will bring in a whole bunch of long-dead horsemen as well, so we'll have a huge undead army. Maimon, meanwhile, I don't quite have enough fire gems for him to firestorm again. But that's okay. He's really tough anyway. So he can hop over there. He doesn't need Phoenix power. What he needs is... he could actually raid with Living Fire. Kind of hilarious. Yeah, if I Phoenix powered, I could cast Living Fire a couple times. What he needs is Phoenix Pyre, Fire Shield, and then attack rear. And that will enable him to do pretty good work. Although, like I said, he's not technically fatigue negative in melee. So the Phoenix Pyre for him probably would only work once. Still, I'm going to bounce him over here. We're going to attack Mictlan itself and shut down his capital, and then this army can move up to attack said capital. That army is probably going to retreat. If I was in their place, I would retreat. And so we'll see what we can do. We will see what we can do. I still technically only have 1 throne because, of course, the golden throne was taken away from me because people suck. Specifically, Mictlanese people. And we're calling God over here. You don't need a hammer. Who's forging something without a hammer? You're forging something without a hammer. Have a hammer. Oh, and if I had a hammer in the morning. You also have a hammer without forging anything. You need a hammer because you are forging an amulet. Great. We're still reanimating. We're still reviving Mound Kings. So we've got 3 shamans reanimating, 1 reviving king. So that's 1 king per 36 skeletons. We don't need that kind of ratio. You can actually swap to reanimate yourself. No, don't reanimate yourself. You know what I mean. Reanimate other people yourself. And we are doing pretty good. Pretty fantastic, in fact. Everything seems to be going swell. Obviously, Ghost War 1 is going to be a little bit of a problem. Arcator is just besieging Nidian range because he can. I anticipate that someone will come and try to kick him off pretty quickly, but he's just going to cast Horde of Skeletons at them many, many times. And he should be alright. Yeah, he should be okay. And if they kill him, maybe he'll heal his mutinous. That would be really nice. All these guys are just going to sit here and wait while we build a lab. And once we build a lab, we can teleport up here and claim the throne really quickly. Fornax doing that. Great. Zaruk. Let's have Zaruk patrol, actually. And all these guys just do it, just whatever, just fight. Fight and die. And this army is, like I said, moving into Illidar, where they won't be able to besiege the place down, but they will be able to hold it under siege. And we've got an Ivy King there. Where did the other Telkeen go? Where did the other Telkeen go? Make that 6. And yeah, next turn, I will cast either Wizard's Tower or 3 red seconds on Thodaz, assuming I take it, which I should be able to do. And also just pile a whole bunch of mages in. So, if they break the fort and want to come attack me, actually, yeah, that was why. Just patrol. That way I can move this army down to defend Thodaz if it's attacked or part of it. Actually, no, I'll have another Heliophagus. It'll be there. A Maimon has map move 35. Could a Maimon reach there? Yeah, he can. Yeah, with map move 35, it'll be fine. Not a problem. So yeah, so my second Heliophagus will be kitted out with the Iron Face and all, and he'll be able to hop down here and yell, "Surprise!" and do the dirty. So, sounds like a plan to me. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all in turn 79. As a reminder, the Cataclysm is in 6 turns, so 6 turns is how long I have to try and win the game before the Doom horrors start coming out. I don't think I'm going to make it. I think it's going to take, like I said, at least 2 more turns to get my god back. That'll only leave 4 that I need to claim, so move, claim, 2 turns, move, claim. That's 4 turns. At that point, I think the Cataclysm starts, and then I have to zip down here, claim, and then hit this one and claim. Now, my Prophet... actually, no, Halo can take that one. So that's fine. So in 2 turns, I'll be able to claim this. I should upgrade this Palisade as well. Yeah, I should upgrade that. But the lab is more important because the lab will give me gems and also the ability to transfer magical items. And with that, I can put boosters on one of my warrior smiths. That will enable him to cast Army of Lead. And Army of Lead will single-handedly make this army capable of beating this army, even if it isn't capable of doing so right now. Also, we've got Meliath here with her folks. She's just going to keep rampaging around taking provinces in order to keep the pressure on Therados. They're not, like, particularly profitable provinces at this point, but it's good to have, you know... It's good to have magic sites and provinces and income and stuff. You lot, you can't even research, can you? Because there's no lab here. Such a shame. And so I can't give you gems either. Great. Feartongue is bouncing Sathmog. Huneric. It's going down there. This province can bounce a Wraithlord because it has blood mages. Theodulf, give each of these ladies like 2. Just in case. And yeah, that should be just fine. So, I will see you all in turn 79. Alright folks, turn 79. 5 turns until the Cataclysm, and we actually got Irminsul back this turn. I must have miscounted or something. I thought it would take him at least 1 more turn to come back, but he's back. So, great. He does have a limp, and he lost 1 level of nature, plus of course he lost all his boosters, but that doesn't matter because at this point, I'm not looking to use him to cast spells. I just need him to hop around and claim thrones. So, for that, he will do just fine. We've got our Prophet sneaking up here to Uzi-Yazram. Irminsul is teleporting over to Iron Peaks. So they are each going to claim a throne. So that'll be 2 on top of the 1 I already have. So I need 5, if you recall correctly. So that'll be 3. We're sieging down this throne with a huge army of skeletons. We're moving in more skeletons. I think it's going to take another 2 or 3 turns to siege the place down and storm it. And storming it should be no trouble with our earth magic backing up this many skeletons. We've got, right now, well, like 300 or something. That's 100. That's 130 or 125, 225. Right now it's about 260, 270. We're moving in another 80 next turn, and then the turn after we have another 80. So yeah, we're building up a very large pile of skeletons, and there's no army nearby that can stop us. He could try to send this in, but it wouldn't. Army of lead on those skeletons will rip through his troops here. So that's working fine. We've got a Maimon is going to bounce down here to kill off these mages. We have summoned Mastema, another Heliophagus. Unfortunately, this is the one that only got blood 4, so unfortunate, as I said. But we've given him full gear, including an iron face. So his protection is naturally 32, just without casting any spells or anything. He also has regeneration, Boots of the Messenger, the Awe-Fear combo, Armor of Knights, magic resistance 21 from his amulet, etc., etc. We've given him some slaves, so that he can cast Bloodlust to buff his own strength, Reinvigoration to mean he has no fatigue, and then he will hop to the rear and begin to stab people. And since he only builds up a net 1 fatigue per round in melee, he should be fine. Beyond that, this army is spreading out a little bit to take these provinces. Runup has captured a province there. He's going to keep on rolling. This army, we've taken Kalem, I think actually last turn. They're going to keep on rolling. We're about to hit construction level 8, and then we're going to grab conjuration level 8. A little late for it to be relevant, but at that point we can start summoning kings of elemental earth if we want to. Speaking of kings, there was a battle in Centania, and I just want to show you what we fought. Pedosian was just attacked by 2 Wraith Lords, 4 Telkines, one of whom is one of the heroes, and 3 of whom were summoned. They summoned a lot of Telkines. And Therados' god, because good scales are good, with pretty decent gear pushing him up to death level 6. And what they did was they summoned a whole ton of crap. So they started skill spamming, and then they cast Living Water a couple of times. And they were spamming Soul Slay at me and all kinds of stuff. So water elementals are actually really good at killing thugs, because they have these armor-piercing, they have multiple armor-piercing attacks. And so against them, so from them, they're doing 16 AP damage, so his protection is effectively 12, which means on average he does take damage. Now he's blunt resistant, so he doesn't take much damage per hit, but there's a lot of hits. And with all these skeletons around, he's going to be down to 0 defense from the from various penalties, the harassed penalty. You can see he's already down to 6. On top of that, they are thunder striking, so you can see the damage starts racking up immediately. But the fact is, Pedosian just regenerates so fast that he fights his way through this. Now, he gets a million afflictions, because taking damage over and over and over and over and over again just gives you afflictions. And in particular, he loses an arm, which means he loses his lead shield. So you can see it. Yeah, you can see he racked up a ton of afflictions. He's diseased, weakened, chest wounded, mute, and lost an arm. So he's pulling back. We need to take him back to a fort to Blood Feast. But that's fine. And this fort will take a long, long time to siege down, no matter what. So yeah, I'm okay. I'm building a lab here in Dubros. Pedosian is going to Blood Feast away his injuries, and then he'll break back out and return to Centania to force them to do it again. And by that time, the game should be basically over, to be honest. I think by that time we'll pretty much have it in the bag. So yeah, down here we've taken Thodaz. We sent in our Troll King Super Combatant. I actually haven't watched this video, but I can tell you how it went. So he didn't have boots and he didn't have a hat on, but he has the Hydra Skin armor, the Vine Shield, the magic resistance. So he's got reinvigoration, he's got MR, and he's got the melee buffs. And so he summoned Earth Power, he dropped Iron Will on himself, Temper Flesh, and then he was got Iron Skin as well. And he did get the Iron Skin off, so he got his full buff cycle done before anyone reached him. So then he was being swarmed by Shade Beasts, which couldn't really hurt him. And then there's a ton of shadows behind them that are going to have a lot of trouble hurting him. And then there's a bunch of militia and archers and such. So he just got surrounded and was punching people with his Shadow Brand. This Anunnaki of the Underworld, instead of casting any spells, came in to attack, which is stupid. So, yeah. good old Gizzle here just sort of mowed his way through the horde. Only even had to regenerate a little bit. And yeah, that was just a walkover. That was a rout. They just keep walking into that square, and he keeps blasting them with fire. Oh, the poor undead. Oh, the humanity. Oh, the huge manatee. Oh, it's so cruel. The militia are running. What can man do against such reckless hate? So yeah, he did that. 149 kills, no real damage or anything. Got disease because they have so many Telkeens. I mean, Summon Telkeen is not a cheap spell. It is a Conjuration 8 ritual. It's high level and expensive, and they've got like a ton of them. I think that is all of their Telkeens. I think all of their Telkeens were pulled back to do that. But I'm surprised. I did not think they had summoned 3. They do have their other hero as well, because I know they have both. Actually, do they? Don't they have 2 heroes? I think they had 2 hero Telkeens. In any case, whether they did or not, we're in a really good place. Also, Gerulf is wearing his boosters that he's forged, and he's casting Mind Hunt at this Melia, just because I'm tired of her. Just go away. So, yeah, I think we're basically solid. So in 2 turns, we're going to have 3 thrones. We're going to take 1 more turn to build a lab here. Then, we're going to have to take that, and we need to get somebody to... we've got that one, we're going to have that one, we're going to have that one. We need to take that one, and then we need to get somebody there as well. So at that point, Irminsul is going to be teleporting more. And he's going to teleport. I think I can teleport from Javal Kish to Thodaz, because teleport has a range of what, 6? I'm pretty sure teleport has a range of 6. Yeah, 6 provinces. So from here to Thodaz. No, that's too far, I think. Yeah, that's a little bit too far. So I'm going to get my Scout Prophet moving next turn. That'll take him 5 turns to reach, so the Cataclysm will have just started when he gets there. And he'll be able to... It'll be 2 turns into the Cataclysm when he gets there. So he'll be able to claim that. While... Well, actually, tell you what. Because from here... Irminsul can teleport up there. Claim. We'll need to build a lab here. So, from here, so it's 5 turns right now. 4 turns, 3 turns, 2 turns, 1 turn. Cataclysm, teleport, claim. Yeah, so either way, no matter how I do this, it's going to take me into the Cataclysm slightly in order to get the thrones. But that'll be alright. We can manage that. That's not a problem. So, that is the turn. And I will see you all in turn 80. Okay, turn 80. We are 4 turns away from the apocalypse, or the cataclysm, whatever you want to call it. And we are in actually really good shape. We've teleported over here. So Irminsul is claiming Iron Peaks. We turned fire gems into gold, 360 gold, so we ended up with 1,000, which was exactly enough. I couldn't have planned that better myself. So we're building a lab here, and we're building a lab here. We are claiming... thank you, the thrones in Uzid Yazran and in Iron Peaks this turn. Irminsul will then teleport up here. This Javalkish should, I think, break this turn, at which point we'll assault it. We're also moving in. We're moving in another 80 skeletons there and 56 long dead horsemen. So all told, we're going to end up with... I don't know exactly how many, but a lot. I'm just going to say a lot of units. It's a lot of skeletons, guys. It's just really a lot of skeletons. This is like almost Urmor levels of skeletons. How many skeletons do I have? I haven't counted. That's close to 300. yeah, this is like 500 skeletons. So we're doing good. We're doing very good. Everyone's besieging up here. We're going to, of course, as I said, Army of Led them and spam Strength of Giants from our 2 mages who will hit only the tiniest possible fraction of this skeleton army. And it'll be a good time. It will be a very good time indeed. So next turn, I think it's severely damaged right now. So I believe next turn they'll crack it, and then we'll storm in, just as Irminsul teleports over. This guy, we've given my prophet Boots of the Messenger as well. So he'll claim the throne, and then he'll just try to scoot over here as fast as he can. Turn 81, he might, I don't know if he's going to be able to get there. Because it'll be turn 81 when we claim here, turn 82, turn 83 we claim there. 84, 85, 86 would be the claim if we have to teleport to it, which we can certainly do. At this point, I don't think there's a good way to stop us from winning. The only way that I can think of to stop me from winning, that is like practical at this moment, would be for this army to march over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and bust this fort. So that would work. So I do have to stop that army. However, I've got Pedosian right here, and he is blood feasting to get rid of his afflictions. He might have to do that a couple of times, but I have enough stuff that I can throw in the way of this army. I've got 2 Heliophagi. I'm binding a 3rd right now, although I won't have gear for him. But I've got a Maimon. I've got where is the other one? I've got Mastema. So I can throw pretty solid roadblocks. And of course, I've got all the troops that I have around here. I can throw pretty solid roadblocks in front of this army, and I think I can stop it. It's mainly just ghosts, and I can handle ghosts. I have the technology. And then, of course, as I said, worst comes to worst, I can get one of my Earth Mages up just slightly closer and drop a Wizard's Tower, or a 3 red seconds, which I think I need to test that. Don't take my word for it yet. I have to test it, but I think that should overwrite the fort that's currently in the province. Or, of course, I can just upgrade the fort, which will help. Now, the ghosts do have like 600 siege strength here, so I don't think I can upgrade it enough to hold. But all I have to do is delay them long enough that they can't break it before I claim the other thrones, which I'll only need 2 after this turn. So things are going fine. You can see here there's been a lot of... we dropped the Wizard's Tower here on Thodaz. I have Gizzle building a lab and Draga just searching for right now. Actually, Gizzle, I want you to patrol, and I want you to build the lab. There, that'll be fine. We've taken this fort, and we are, we've taken this fort, and we are casting some mechanical men. Beyond that, we can have these guys just research for the nonce. Actually, I would like to have this army patrolling, just to blockade anybody who tries to come through. There's another freaking Telkeen. There are so many Telkeens. Seriously, because I know there's 4 up here. So there's at least 5, which means they've summoned 3, at least 3, on top of the heroes that they got. So yeah, actually, you've all got gems. Just patrol. We can look at the fight in Illidar. They actually did attack us. So there was a battle in Illidar. And we stopped them cold. It was a pile of, ghosts plus Milas the Telkeen against our little army here. And we buffed people up with serpents, etc. And we got our warrior smith to start dropping rocks on everyone's heads. And then he actually routed. He took a hit. Bessa the warrior smith. So if we look at that real quick. You can see 1 Kabaros is already dead. Several of my mechanical men are already dead as well. A bunch of phantasmal warriors. And then a whole bunch of... several specters have also died. Like, quite a few specters have also already died. Rain of Stones... like, Rain of Stones generally isn't very good anymore. But against ghosts, it's pretty solid. So you can see here's all the rolls from Rain of Stones doing damage. And then... yeah, it hit him, but it didn't do any damage. So what did damage to him? Because he's at 8 hit points. What hurt you? What hurt you, Bessa? Anyway, Bessa ran, which removed the Rain of Stones, but at that point it didn't matter. With the Howl and all active, distracting them back here, and my troops just being the next best thing to Invincible. I mean, these trolls have 23 protection plus they regenerate, and the Shield Maidens have 26 protection. We got some swarms in there, and we just kind of mowed our way through the ghosts until they ran, with the help of a little bit of magic. And so we flooded through with all of our wolves and such, and we killed several mages, and it all went very well. So that was them trying to stop us from storming the fort. You can see Warrior Smith's 96 kills. We lost 10 mechanical men, a statue, a shield maiden, and 2 war trolls. But overall, not a very great degradation of our forces. And we killed 160 ghosts and 3 mages and 3 priests. We did not kill the Telkeen, unfortunately. Telkeens are very hard to kill. But we got a lot of really good damage done. We've got a couple of vampires back as well. So we're going to move those vampires in and have them move... nope. Move and patrol. That'll be fine. We're binding some Demon Knights more or less just for fun. We're also summoning Manticores. Also just for fun. It's not like they're going to be actually used. Like, I legitimately do not... I don't think I have the ability to use them. I don't think I could get them to anywhere they'd be useful in time. And we're moving around raiding and counter-raiding. We're pushing deeper into Mechtlin, just kind of in order to stop him from accomplishing anything. This army, it looks like, might come and attack me. If it does, I'll destroy it. I have enough guys with mines here that I think I don't have to worry too much about Soul Slay. He has gathered a whole bunch of Nahwali here, actually. So, Amaimon, why don't you jump over there? Nah, you can't really help, actually. We're going to move in these scouts to serve as mind hunt fodder. Can you get there? You can't. Shoot. Can you get there? You can. So yeah, we're going to pile in a bunch of scouts. And we'll just set them on stay behind troops. So they will draw mind hunts because their magic resistance is lower than the mages, and it's actually even lower than the Mound Kings. Mound Kings have MR 14. And my mages also have MR 14. So, yeah, I think I can manage. I think I'll be alright, unless they can really spam a lot of Soul Slay. They may well get 1 or 2 of my mages, which would be unfortunate, but as long as, as long as Trosteri gets off Army of Lead, this army will roll them. If he doesn't get off Army of Lead, it'll be trickier, but I think I'll still win just by weight of numbers. If I get off Army of Lead, then I'll win with quite low casualties, which is what I want, because the way he could hurt me is by delaying the storming of this fort by a turn, because that would throw off my timing in a major way. But hopefully, I'm just gonna act as if that's not going to happen, and we'll proceed from there. We will just move right along. As I said, I'm binding a 3rd Heliophagus. I don't have gear for him actually, especially because I'm converting all my gold. No, don't do that. You are forging. You should also forge. So we've got the Armor of Knights. We've got the shield. We need you to give that to him. Itch in my throat there. Get a Firebrand. Actually, I guess he already has a Demon Whip, doesn't he? But I think holding the shield takes his item away. Yeah, let me actually look at Mastema real quick, because he has a Firebrand, Barbed Tail. Yeah, Golden Claw. So yeah, nah. Give him that back. That's great. I like the Firebrand a lot better. So we'll get our 3rd Heliophagus. We'll thug him out. Heliophagi honestly aren't the ideal late research super combatants, but they work. So what the hell? I'm just doing it. There's no reason I wouldn't, to be honest. Next turn I'll also be able to summon Kings of Elemental Earth. So actually, why don't you just research, and then that'll give me enough gems to next turn actually summon one. I will need a pair of Earth Boots, all of which are currently in use, it looks like. Yeah, Aoric has a pair on, Bessa has a pair on. Draga has a pair on and doesn't need them at the moment, so we'll just take those off. We'll get somebody back here to forge another pair. Like you. Why don't you forge another pair of earth boots real quick? So yeah, Draga can keep his. Well. Oh, he gave them to Bartholomew. Great. So yeah, that is the plan as it stands. And to be honest, I think we're going to be fine. You actually do need to build that lab, though. Please don't stop doing that. And we have one troll moose knight who retreated to this province. That's okay. Whatever. You do you, man. Heartless. Go take that province back. Actually, go defend that province. Oh, you have some dudes with you. We don't need those. Okay, great. So that's the turn. Hopefully, this should all be over in a few more turns. So stay tuned. And I think we've got this. I think we're in the money. The only person who could potentially stop us at this point, like I said, this army could potentially stop us by marching over this way. If Niflheim launched like a real full-scale balls-to-the-wall invasion right now, they might potentially accomplish something, but they don't have the forces in place to do that. I don't actually know what Niflheim's doing. I mean, it looks like they're attacking Tirnanog, but Tirnanog has actually been AI for some time. So it looks like they're just eating AI players. Rus went AI a little while ago. Atlantis has been AI. It's literally me, Mictlan. I mean, I said this, I think, a couple turns ago. Me, Mictlan, Niflheim, and Therados are the only ones still in the game. So, like this is pointless. Like, the game's about to be over. The game is legitimately about to be over. Also, he's clearly been doing a lot of crossbreeding, which is funny. Like, a lot of crossbreeding. Lots of foul spawn there, lots of foul spawn there. Got a Gigya and a royal... a Nifl Jarl, sorry. Using 525 gold mages as thugs, the Nifl Jarl. Ah, classic. But yeah, so we're also, Pedosian here. Pedosian has magic resistance 22. They tried to cast one of the spells that hard counters super combatants at him, which is this. A magic nightmare was projected at Pedosian, but Pedosian managed to resist it. That is the spell that killed Weeaboo Meme Lord in Layer Cake. It is Vengeance of the Dead, and it works, if you'll recall, by putting you in a special battle against everyone you've ever killed. It spawns a special ethereal undead unit for every kill your unit has performed. And if you lose, you die. Now, if you hit the time limit, you also die, as usual. And since the spirits of the dead never rout, you will hit the time limit unless you can actively kill them in the time the battle lasts, which is like 50 or 75 rounds, something like that. Well, see, so here's the thing. Pedosian has 1,400 kills. 1,400 kills. Let me reiterate that. 1,400 kills. Now, most of them are skeletons, but skeletons still count, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, skeletons still count. We're actually going to forge him another lead shield. Oh, I'm too low level to forge that item. I need to be Earth 2. Where's an Earth 2 mage? Hildegard. Forge me a lead shield, please. Yes, I know you're not efficient at forging, but I don't care. You can have this hammer. There. Congratulations, you're a forger now. Because I think most of my Earth 2s... Oh, Gerolf could do it, actually. That would save me a gem. Come here, you. Just research. Give that to the lab. Gerolf, I know you've been forging astral items, but for now I need you to turn your prowess to something slightly more mundane and forge a lead shield for my boy. I could also give him a Starshine skull cap. He's wearing a lead crown, but a lead crown only gives him magic resistance +1, so I'm going to be ridiculously indulgent here and give him a Starshine skull cap, which increases magic resistance by 2. Yeah, I'm legitimately actually using a booster solely for increasing MR right now. And yeah, I know it's incredibly wasteful, but at this point it doesn't matter. So basically, if that spell successfully hits Pedosian, he's going to die because he can't kill 1,400 people in in 75 rounds. He kills too slowly. He can kill a maximum of 3 people per round. So, like I said, if the spell hits, he's doomed. But if the spell doesn't hit, the spell has to pass an MR check in order to actually hit him. So as long as I keep his magic resistance high, he should be fine. Like, and in battle, his magic resistance is going to be 31 once he has his lead shield back. And outside of battle, it'll be 27. So he should be fine. So in any case, that is the end of the turn, and I will see you all in turn 81.